If you notice, all of the places where it's the most violence and they have all of the issues is sanctuary cities. It's sanctuary cities. Don't worry about it. We got to keep it equal across the board. I haven't seen nothing like this in a city in a long time. I got to address it. As much progress and as much as I like to highlight the positivity that's happening inside of the city, it's some unfortunate things that's happened in the city. Most of the time it happened on the east side. Most of the time it happens on the east side.
A block party on Detroit's east side turns deadly, leaving two
CC is a coaching call? All right, cool. Yep, I get it now. Email me. Anybody that needs to do any business, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com.
people dead and 19 others injured. Police are now looking for answers as no arrests have been made. The victims range in age from 17 to 28 years old.
17 to 28 years old. From 17 to 28 years old. Listen, if you invite me at 42, at 22, I would have showed up to your party. Hey, Anton, we having a block party, big dog, whatever, blah, blah. All right, cool. I ain't too good to go into the hood. I ain't too good to do whatever it is or whatever, so on and so forth. I ain't too good for none of that. At 22, I'm showing up. At 42, nah. Anton, go to Chicago. You'll be surprised it's not like the news. Yes, it is. You act like I ain't never been to Chicago. Everybody in Detroit then been to Chicago multiple different times. Two things that we do. We go to Chicago for a little mini staycation because it's a sister city. You can drive over there in like 3.5, 4 hours. And we go down to Cedar Point. We go to Ohio. We go to Chicago and we go to Ohio. People in Detroit, we are intimately familiar with what's going on over in Chicago and what's going on in Ohio. This is sickening. This is sickening. And it's so unfortunate because, I almost think that it's disrespect to an extent, right? And the reason that it's disrespect to an extent is because we work hard. And I know, because I'm here and I know people that are absolutely 100% immersed in trying to make sure that we dedicate ourselves to not only being an example that we want other people to be. Because see, if you notice, none of these major events have happened over the summer. We had a draft. That was awesome. The NFL draft was here. The fireworks, nobody get injured, nothing like that. But it's always people that truly don't get it. They don't understand what we're doing. They don't understand the movement. And they feel compelled to get into a gunfight at a block party that's supposed to be an event and a celebration of good weather. We don't even get that much good weather because it's raining. It could be snowing tomorrow, something. The weather up here in Detroit is bipolar as hell. It's always something, always some knuckleheads that'll ruin it for everybody.
The two people killed were in their early 20s.
It happened here shortly before 2:30 this morning in the area of Reno Street and Rossini Drive. That's not too far south of 8 Mile in Gratiot. Victor Williams is live near the scene for us today. Victor, what do we know?
East side.
Yeah, Pam and Will, well, a lot of people are asking the question, how could something that was supposed to be so fun turn so deadly, just unfortunately? But that is the sad reality right here on this block of Rossini. We're told, just like you guys said, that these were mainly teens, a lot of them between the ages of 17 and 28. Now,
nope. Hey, go to the hood. See if you can say, nope, I'm going to give people opportunities and I'm going to let it land where it may. Once they pass a certain age, it ain't nothing you could do.
a brief moment right here around 2:25 a.m. ringing out. We do know, unfortunately, that a 20-year-old woman was shot in the head and passed away, along with a 21-year-old man who was also shot in the back and passed away as well. We did get the chance to speak to a neighbor who heard everything.
Hey, look at the little kids that's just out there playing right after that. Right after that, in the morning time, kids playing in the street, back to normal, and this is the environment where they had the shooting.
And immediately decided to take cover.
We was on the porch, listening to music and heard all the noise and screaming and shooting.
They couldn't turn the music off from the car or the porch. They couldn't turn the music off for 1 second in order to be able to have an interview. Jesus Christ.
So me and the wife, we just went up in the crib and went to bed. Woke up this morning, they were still down there. At the end of the day, it's kids. It's kids. Ain't even lived a life yet. And injured and dying. Right up the street. Right up the street. And the bullets could have came this way. And me and my wife was having a good time. We could have been victims.
Yep, that's true. He got, my homie had the barbecue thing out. He had the barbecue thing and everything.
And right now there are still so many unknowns, but we do know that DPD, they're supposed to be giving us some type of update first thing tomorrow. They wanted to hold off right now as this investigation continues, but once again, a horrible situation where 19 people have been shot and 2 others dead. Right here on the east side, Victor Williams, Local 4.
A lot of questions right now. All right, thank you, Victor.
This mass shooting has the East Side community coming together to demand change. A peace walk was held just hours after the shooting. It was organized by the Mohican Regent Residents Association, which covers the neighborhood where that shooting occurred. Leaders say the purpose of the walk was to show neighbors they have the power to keep their communities safe.
The whole idea is to get them involved so that they can take control of their own community. And we have the numbers. If there's 30 homes in a block and there are 2 people that are a problem, now if we isolate ourselves, those 2 are in control. But if those 30 people are working together, then the block club is in control. So
that is 100. See, and this is why I love my city. Let me give my city a round of applause. Because the purpose of their walk is not to just bring awareness. And this is why I love this city. Because even the people that then participate and say, yo, we got to get control. Let me give you the translation of what he's saying. What he's saying is, listen, we don't need nobody to help us. We need to be able to help ourselves. If it's 30 people or it's 30 homes over there and it's 2 problematic ones, y'all got the power to be able to take back control. If you act like it ain't a problem and you act like it ain't nothing happening, then they going to have all of the power. The 2 is going to have the power over the 30. If you then take control of it, AKA participate in your own success, and you isolate them and you deal with it accordingly, that's what he basically is telling you. Listen, the purpose of this is to bring awareness to the fact that you got control of what happens in your own neighborhood. You got control of what happens in your own city. Stop validating bad behavior by acting like it's not real. Deal with the people that's happening in your community. You know who the shooters are. You know who the people that's doing the worst things. You know who the people are that's doing all of this stuff. Stop hiding them. Stop protecting them. Deal with them accordingly. Stop blaming it on the man. Stop blaming it on the system. You know who the shooters are. You know who these little knuckleheads are. You know who the people are that's doing the bad things in the community. I 100% agree with him. I 100% agree with him. He said, listen, take control of your own city. You know what's happening on your block. And get it together.
So again, this is what we want to create, an atmosphere where we as a community are in control of our neighborhood.
Mayor Duggan commented on the violence on the east side as well. He said in part, quote, the violence at several block parties over the last 3 days has been heartbreaking for this city. Young people and innocent neighbors are being put at risk every weekend. We will, of course, keep you updated on any new information on the mass shooting on clickondetroit.com. And we will also have in-depth coverage tonight.
Listen, ultimately, it's a black eye for the city. It's a black eye for the people. I hate to see it. I even hated the fact that I had to report it, but I had to report it because in the same way that I highlight the good that goes on in the city, I got to keep it equal. And if I see something major like this happen where 21 people is shot at a block party, I got to bring it to the front of the congregation. I can't just say, oh, okay, Chicago shot 100 people, but just because it was a block party over here where 21 people got shot. Now, I will say that it's pretty crazy because 100 people getting shot over the weekend and it being spread out all across all of the city is a horrible thing. However, I got to keep it 100. And if we see this happening over here, then we got to report it the same way. And it bothers me. It absolutely bothers me. I don't like it. I think that it's disrespectful to the people that actually care about the community. But you can't have one bad apple ruin a whole bunch. And we don't like that. We don't like that. We're not feeling it and we don't agree with it. And so these places where you see this stuff happening, Detroit, let's get it together. Let's not have too many more of these reports, because I'm not about to sit here and be reporting on what's going on in the city in a negative way and thinking that it's cool. I'm not with it. All right? Got to bring my own city to the front of the congregation sometimes. That's just the way that it go. Let me read it.